go to Tracy Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live.
Hi, everyone. Let's do a mic check. This has always happened. Oh, good. Oh, got a good mic going on here. Mic check. Oh, good. Oh, got a good mic going on here. Mic check. All right, that's as good as I'm going to get. It sounds somewhat grainy. I wish I had a sultry voice. I really need a computer, guys. My iPad is not at all compatible, I've decided, with any mic. But I'm here. I'm speaking, grainy or not grainy. I'm here. And hell, maybe this is just my voice. Maybe I don't hear myself. But let me tell you, I've been on Block Talk Radio for years, and I always listened back on my show when I was going home for the day. And yeah, these mics aren't working from my iPad. So we're into the book Company of Prophets, African American Psychics, Healers, and Visionaries. And we are at chapter 2. Chapter 2. And, I was going to say something. I got to color my hair. I washed it yesterday. I felt like I had to wash it to color it, if that makes any sense to anybody. My hair has turned sun-kissed auburn. This is not the color of my hair, but I guess with age and locks and sun-kissed, it has decided to augment its color to something I've never seen before, so I'm really upset. So I'm coloring it today the color that it wants to show itself. So normally I color it black, but I picked up something called jet black, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to be jet black. Like, that is so harsh, right? Like jet black. I've never been a jet black feature. Dark brown. Black brown I'll even take. I love black brown. Like the softer black is what my skin tone can handle, right? But jet black is not. But I brought it anyway because when I'm desperate, I'll paint my hair any color. I don't care. So I have a box of jet black, and then I went someplace else, and I found my hair color the way it's trying to showcase it right now, right? Which I don't know what color it is. So of course I called my hairdresser, right? And I brought Cream of Nature, right? Because that's for black hair. And it moisture. Somebody told me, as a gift from God, anything I hear from people, she was like, I like, in the 99-cent store, she's like, I like Cream of Nature. It really conditions the hair and softens it. So I went all over the place once I got my car back looking for Cream of Nature. And I didn't find the black that I wanted. I wanted brown black brown, light black, if that makes any sense. I don't know what colors they have in. But I found my color here, which, let me see if I can get the name of it. Hold on a second. By the way, my floor is super clean. I am so happy with my floor right now. I have a white floor, which I'm trying keeping a white floor clean. It's a killer. So I got the color. Oh, look at this. I didn't even see this. Damn it. Hope I picked the right one. I got the color light golden brown, right? Because I figured it would take the gray hair and make it goldenish as opposed to whatever. So thinking of the gray hair. My hair here is fine. It's just going to color my hair here. And my hair is what it is, right? So I chose, it's light, it's sun kissed. So I wasn't worried about my hair. I was worried about my grays. So I chose light golden brown. It's very pretty. It's, you know what color this is? It's a little dark, very much darker, but on the same plane as Queen Latifah's color hair. That's what it reminds me of. So it says if your natural color is black, oh, it'll turn it a golden. If your natural color is medium brown, which is what I think my hair has turned into, it's turned in because of the sun, it's turned into medium brown. So it'll be lighter than medium brown, which I don't mind. Um, I care more about my gray. So what I wanted was for my gray to pop in a sparkly whatever. And then my hair is my hair. I don't care if my hair changes color. It could stay this color for all I care because I can't stop the sun from kissing it. It's really bad. Oh, God, really changed the cost of my hair. I don't like that. But it is what it is because it's God. It's not me. Can't control this. One of the many things I cannot control is how the sun kisses your hair. Ugh, I'm learning so much in my mature age. But dag nabbit, I can control my grays. And that's what I'm going. So I was going to color it today, but I'm kind of lazy. I'll figure it out, guys. Good health, everyone. Let's see who's on board. Ronnie. Hi, Ronnie. Hi, Tracy. I caught up with your live. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Angela. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. You and Ronnie came in at my son's birthday. Thank you. What, Angela? You made the mistake of dyeing your hair jet black one time, never again. You are right. It was way too harsh. I knew it. I knew it. That's why I said, don't do it, Tracy. Don't do it. Grand Rising Creative Soul. Blessed morning, Lena. Blessed morning, everyone. So, how's everyone doing? There has been a change in the portal, the Earth portal, for those of you that invest because of where you live, you're forced to invest in changes. And the time has gone up. Spring forward. The time has gone up. And here we are. Here we are. Longer nights, darker mornings, but longer nights where the sun slowly but surely will stay available to you longer at night. And the sky won't turn indigo blue till around 9:30-ish, 9:45-ish. Spring is what we celebrate. Spring is life. Spring is hope. Spring is newness. God gives us an example of how to prepare for the season. So this is where, what do? We spring clean. We clean out our cabinets, our kitchen cabinets. We have to clean out our closets, everyone. We have got to start throwing things out. Give it to Goodwill. Don't wait until the last minute. Pattern yourself into spring cleaning and enjoy spring cleaning. All right? Get into those nitty gritties. And for the whole month of March, just every weekend or on your day off, whatever your weekend is, right? Just take something and tackle it. I know those closets are a mess, so take those closets and tackle it. Clothes that you have not worn in 10 years do not need to be saved. Free yourself from all the clutter, and that's what newness brings into your system. Open your doors, open your windows. Take some time to listen to the birds. Figure out what birds sing to you every morning. Lay in bed, luxuriate in bed 10 minutes longer. Stretch your body and just lay there listening to the sounds of the universe. That's where we are at today. We are nearing the spring equinox. But the system of the universe is already talking to you, already wanting for you to see the change that it's giving you, asking you to change with the newness. This is a precursor, right? At least in America. I don't know about the UK, but in America, this is a precursor to new life. Spring forward. Now, by the time we get to the spring equinox, we got to dance. We got to wiggle our bum bums. America, the UK, any place in the world, spring equinox is the same, right? Am I wrong? Maybe I could be wrong, but I think it's the same all over the world. So that's when we all can collectively really come together and really enjoy the beginning of the year. March 21st was, if I'm not mistaken, was supposed to be the new year. So this is an opportunity to create a new essence of you. Spring equinox is perfect for all the changes that you need to bring into your life. Change your attitude, change your spirit, welcome in better. Welcome in what you always wanted to be. Always say, I just want to be this way. This is the year to make those changes. Don't miss out. This is the year to stop complaining. Don't miss out. This is the year to find love. Just believe it. To find the compatible love. Not the love that you want because it's attached to a vagina or a penis. But the love of the person that finds you funny because you are funny. Loves your moodiness because when you turn your lips sideways, that person can tell you're in deep thought because that person has studied you. That's how much that person has decided to love you. Gone are the days of temporary love. I just want to be in love. It's not enough to just want it. want to be. And in order to be in love, you got to look at yourself as loved. It means you have to do you. I'm not talking about masturbation, people. This is Sunday. We are not talking about that. We are talking about your hair. Do you love your hair? We're talking about your boobs, thinness, chunkiness, your feet, your style. Invest in what you have to offer someone, and that person will show up because you are being the best authentic self that you could be. Change not for love. Change love because it's what you want for you. I love me. I've always loved me. I've always figured out when I was, I think in my early 30s, that I was much better than I was giving myself credit. So let me look at myself and let me be that person I've always wanted to be. So I'm a giving person. I'm a generous person. I decided being hurt doesn't stop my generosity. Oh, my daughter-in-law puts out. Okay, look at this. It's what my daughter-in-law posted. Let me find it. I knew I was reading it for some reason. On her Instagram. Let me find her. Oh my God, I gotta do this.
Congested due to sedentary life.
Oh, I gotta do that. Hey, John, enjoy church. You're welcome. Let me send this to myself. Share. Tracy. All right. I always send IG posts to myself so I can go back and look at it. And then I never go back and look at it. Okay. Here's what it was really nice. I'm going to read the whole thing. Wait, did she create this? Wait. Did you create this poem? Dang. It's so beautiful. Okay, so let me tell you. It's called Regardless by Dessandra Loving-Hearn. If I give you a flower and you crush it into the ground beneath your feet, it does not change the fact that I am a person who gives. If I trust you with sacred treasure, and while I'm not looking, you steal it in the night to hoard for yourself and tell others of it, betraying its sacred nature, I'm still someone who trusts. If I trip in my journey to love you and fumble your heart that I was to carry, dust it off and commit to practice, making sure to handle you more steadily. If you spit in my face for my mistake, then I am still someone who commits and practices. If over and over I attempt to show up and point out the length that it takes to love you and myself the same, if you repeatedly refuse to meet me halfway, so I walk alone, then I am still someone who shows up and attempts. And if I invite you into my soul with transparency and authenticity to share the gift of me with you And instead of seeing the light, you search to find darkness, mistaking characters for monsters and shadows for blackouts, only to prove that your own unexplored parts aren't as spine chilling as you know them to be. Then I am still someone who's authentic and true, and who bravely shared me with you. I am love always, regardless, in spite of. Aww. Yeah, she goes, here's a poem I wrote about not letting the hard parts of life change your heart for anyone who needs it. This is nice. This is beautiful. I just glimpsed at it last night, and then talking to you guys today, I was like, oh, wait a second. It's really pretty. Okay. Thank you, Day. I appreciate that poem. It's a good message for Sunday morning. I may not go to church, but this is church, child. Page 35, which I didn't put in the description. The Medium's Way. The National Spiritualist Reporter, April 1984, gives the following definition. A medium is one whose organism is sensitive to vibrations from the spirit world, and through whose instrumentally intelligence in that world are able to convey messages and produce the phenomena of spiritualism. Until the middle of the 1980s, the newsletter was published monthly by the National Colored Spiritualist Association of the United States of America. Organized in 1925, the association continues to hold a national conventions annually. Though its dedication of principles, the group imparts a philosophical profile. Does this thing still exist? The National Colored Spiritualist Association. The National Colored Spiritualist Association. Okay. 3 million members, that's all? African Americans were among people attracted to the spiritualist movement, especially in the years following the formation of the NSA, National Spiritualist Association of Churches. It has since changed its name. A few emerged as talent mediums because American society was segregated at that time. Does it still exist? Established in 1925. It has since been, the name has changed to the National Colored Spiritualist Association of Churches. Present status is unknown. Interesting. Very interesting. Interesting. Just interesting. If there was a whole movement. Now, there are spiritualist churches around, and I wonder if this is an offshoot of the Association of Churches. Oh my God, there's so much to learn. Never stop learning. Hmm. All right, I'll figure these things out. The philosophical profile: we believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitutes true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity of the individual continues after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so called dead is a fact, scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualists. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule: whosoever ye would that others should do unto you, do ye also unto them. There's more. We affirm the moral responsibility of the individual, and that he makes his own happiness or unhappiness as he obeys or disobeys nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any human soul, here or hereafter. We affirm that the precept of prophecy contained in the Bible is a divine attribute proven through mediumship. We affirm man's spiritual gifts and that they are confirmed by the works of Jesus Christ, the works of the prophets and the apostles as recorded in the Holy Bible. I really get that part because Jesus was a prophet. The term medium became popular associated with spiritualism in the United States sometime during the last half of the 19th century. Modern spiritualists began as a movement in the United States in 1843. The following of mysterious rappings heard by Kate Margaret and Leah Fox in their Hyattsville, New York home. The rappings were revealed to be signs from a deceased man. Through the use of code, communication was established with the spirit. The concept of mediumship has been broadened over the past 2 decades. Channeling is the contemporary and comprehensive term in this recent outgrowth of mediumship. The role of the channel approximates that of a medium, but differs in that communication received through a channel may come from sources of consciousness other than those of Earth discarnates. They may be from other dimensions, spiritual planes, extraterrestrial beings. These spirits may have never had organic form like those known upon Earth's gross physical plane of existence. When you unfold, you're supposed to have a spirit guide who corrects you in all conditions. A physical health guide to take care of your health and to help you in sickness. A finance guide, asserts Chicago's medium Louise Washington. Louise's history with the National Association of Spiritualist Churches go back more than a half a century. The oldest person in the organization of Illinois chapter, she has been a feature speaker at national conventions for many years. She lectures, instructs, and demonstrates the principles of spiritualism at the church she founded, Tucker Smith Memorial Spiritualist Temple. I am never alone. I talk with and see my guides all the time. I don't make a move without guidance. Her direct experience with the spirit world progressing from childhood has been eventful. I worked with the trumpet years ago when I was in class, experienced Louise about an apparatus used in standard seances. Through it, with the sound volume of the spirit world, communication is increased. The trumpet? It is a tool to facilitate communication between the two realms. The trumpet? For the better understanding of seance attendees. The trumpet is made of metal and shaped like a horn. In a class, it is set up on the table or floor. When the trumpet is charged, it will float. It is floated by the spirit world. It moves or floats to whomever the message is for. Not long ago, spirit world doctors were with her while she underwent major surgery. On their advice, she demanded the operation as the way to rid her body of a major disease process which had been undetected by medical science before her guides intervened. Wide awake during the entire operation, she listened to the spirit world. I told the doctor where to cut, Louise confirms. Disease sites were found and removed where Louise had indicated. The trumpet. I worked with the trumpet years ago when I was in class, explained Louise, about an apparatus used in standard sciences. Let me see what that is. I'm confused. Trumpet and seances. Get a video of that. The College of Psychic Studies. Interesting. Let me see what this is. All right. Spirit trumpets used to amplify sounds from beyond the veil. The college's collection of spirit trumpets have certainly seen their fair share of drama. Oh boy, I'm learning something today, guys. One spring night in 1848, a pair of young sisters unwillingly ignited the spiritualist movement by communicating with the ghost that haunted their New York home, which was just mentioned in this book. The spirit communication with the girls through knocking sounds orchestrated quite the cacophony in the Fox family cottage. From these early beginnings, knocks and raps on wood became common parlance in a Victorian seance. However, they were not the only means of spirit communication. Spirit trumpets, bells, or Ouija boards. As the I'm reading out of the Google, guys. As the number of accomplished mediums grew, so too did their techniques. Victorian mediums would place a bell in the seance room for spirits to announce their arrival. Some would use a spirit board inscribed with letters and numbers. Christian, the Ouija board by the medium Helen Peters in 1890. Tipping tables was also a popular feature of the Victorian seance. A group would sit around a table and wait in anticipation for it to twitch, turn, and occasionally levitate, depending on the message of the spirits wish to convey. Spirit trumpets, also known as seance trumpets, came to the fore in the late 19th century. During a seance, the aluminum cone was placed in the center of the table. The spirit trumpet would amplify any sounds issuing forth from beyond the veil. Noises range from familiar raps and knocks to voices, whispers, whistles, dog barkings, and rushing wind of waves. Oh my God, the wild activities of spirit trumpets. Occasionally, a spirit would speak through the medium, who would bring the spirit trumpet to their mouth in order to amplify the sound. Sometimes the spirit trumpet would levitate and float around the room, hovering beside the person for whom the message was intended. As well as sounds and spoken messages, spirit trumpets were also capable of gifting an apport materialized from another realm. Who used spirit trumpets? One of the most famous mediums to use a spirit trumpet was legendary American medium Etta Wright. She was an active supporter of the College of Psychic Studies. In fact, a beautiful full-length portrait of her hands on the first floor landing of our beautiful building in London. Victorian saints certainly had their fair share of drama, and spirit trumpets no doubt amplified it. The college archive is fortunate to own a collection of spirit trumpets that have undoubtedly seen a great deal throughout the history of college. Oh wow, I'm learning something today. It's a lot. Let me save this. Let me go over to YouTube and see if I can find spirit trumpet. Spirit trumpets. Let's see what I get. Just just looking, guys. Spiritual trumpets for seances. Hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's really, really good. Oh, wow. Yes. Yes. Yes, it is. It's really good. Yes, it is. All the time.
I have no idea. Asian Christmas spirit trumpet. All right. All right. Spirit trumpet. Interesting.
It's like I needed to say.
Well, I am going to be on the lookout for spirit trumpet in my lifetime now. All right. I'm done. Sorry, guys. That was just new to me. Spirit trumpets. Like that is amazingly new to me. All right. Let me see. I didn't see where I stopped off. When you unfold, you're supposed to have a spirit guide who corrects all your conditions, a physical health guide to take care of your health and to help you in sickness, a finance guy, a search Chicago medium, Louise. Washington, Louise's history with the National Association of Spiritual Churches go back more than half a century, the only personal organization in Illinois chapter. She's been a featured speaker at natural conventions for many years. She lectures, instructs, and demonstrates the principles of spiritualism at the church she founded, Tucker Smith Memorial Spiritualist Temple. Oh, yeah, I did read this when she went to the operation. All right. Disembodied intelligence call what I do inspirational writing, as opposed to automatic writing, says native Chicagoan Peter Brown, who became an ordained minister in a spiritual church at 18 years old. There is a distinct difference. In automatic writing, you pick up the pen and you wait. You take whatever you get. That is not necessarily good because there are intelligence that will play with you, he wants. With inspirational writing, you begin each session with a prayer. You ask for divine guidance. Then you have specific questions which you present, and these are the answers. I want to point something out, everyone. When the spirit world is talking to you, or if someone calls your name and there's no one to be found, you have to say, you don't have to, but it would be useful if you say not ready, because you never know who's calling you, according to my mother, to death, right? So you always have to say not ready. But I find it interesting that what was pointed out here, there's a distinct difference between automatic writing and inspirational writing. In automatic writing, you pick up a pen and you wait. You take whatever you get. That is not necessarily good because there are intelligence that will play with you. He wants. With inspirational writing, you begin each session with what? A prayer. You ask for what? Divine guidance. And then you have specific questions which you present. And these are the answers. So I have learned by accident over the years to offer prayer before a reading. And I say the prayer out loud so that the current you understand that my gift is not placed upon me. I pray to get the proper insight for you. I ask to know anything and everything from God, from Jesus, from any of your spirit guides. And I do believe it was an accident, remember, that prayer has saved me, has helped me to be accurate.
God bless you.
All right? So prayer is important just for the spiritual gift and to make sure that the spiritual gift that I am receiving is of God. Because without me knowing that I'm asking it of God, anything can step in. Now, that I've learned by accident. Back to the book. I incorporated that into the ministry because they, the intelligence, told me that was the proper function. It is a modern day prophetic exercise. I move it out of the realm of just psychic phenomena as such. It is a legitimate religious experience. In counseling, when people have problems, they want answers. They come to me. We pray about their problem. I present the questions and we get the answers. Peter was 18 when a medium told him that the spirit forces has been trying to get his attention for years. Through the form he called cornucopia, cornucopia. This form is shaped similarly to the trumpet, sometimes used in seances for communication between the spirit and the humans. What is this? Maybe my intelligence is off. Cornucopia. Cornucopia, a horn of plenty. This comes from the late Latin cornu, copiae, literally a horn of plenty. Originally, it was made of goat's horn and filled with fruit and grain and placed in the center of the table. I know what that look is. Synonyms are horn of plenty. Huh. Interesting. Is cornucopia mentioned in the Bible? What the Bible says about God connects the basket of summer fruit with its lessons of resemblance in Deuteronomy. It dates back to 5 BC. Horn of plenty. Hmm. The horn of plenty. Huh. Interesting. I'm learning so much. Okay. This form shaped similarly to the trumpet sometimes used in seance for communication between the spirit world and humans. So cornucopia, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, is a woven basket shaped like a trumpet. So if you guys ever go to a flea market and you guys see a basket shaped like a trumpet, buy it. Take it. It means it means horn of plenty. Plenty of horn of plenty. Oh my god, that's so cool. When you learn so much, child. You are in the spirit of learning. I wasn't exactly understanding this book with the children's version of it, but I'm really loving the medium's version of it. I just want to go to school just to learn this stuff now. Have a teacher that could teach me. The form is shaped similarly to the trumpet sometimes used in seance for communication between the spirit and the humans. In high school, I would doodle while sitting in classroom. Did anybody else do that? Doodle while you're sitting in the classroom. You know what I used to do when I was a kid? Make the pentacle shape over and over and over. Just cover the back of my books and the front of my books with the pentacle. I had no idea what I was doing. I would doodle while sitting in the classrooms, being bored most of the time. I would draw a cornucopia, the horn of plenty, time after time. I would draw that thing, he laughs. A week after the medium's reading, Peter got a sharp pain in his arm while writing. My handwriting changed. Peter watched his hand write. Hello. I looked at it thinking, what is this? His hand wrote again, I've come to teach you. I called the medium up and told him what was happening. He gave me a lot of instructions. For 3.5 or 4 years, I sat every morning for more instructions and information which came from the other side, he recalls. Right, Creative Soul? Yes, I doodled while sitting in classroom. So did I. And now I realize I doodled when I didn't want to hear what the teacher had to say. Ugh, so funny. Over the many years since his first experience, Peter had a succession of spirit teachers. You graduate from one to the other, they pass you along. I've had a time with that. I develop a rapport with the first one. His name is Hilarion. I decided I didn't want any changes. He had to really give me a going over. He said, you can't grow this way. I am supposed to be the starter. Then I'm supposed to pass you on. This is spirit he's talking to be a channel through which other humans can truly receive help. Peter has had to work on conquering his own mental aberrations. In this work towards spiritual maturation, he has been closely guided by teachers. I think they're spiritual teachers. The channel through which the informed comes has to be constructed, has to lose opinions, right? Oh, this is important. Instead of being opinionated, one has to be willing to lose your ego. This is so important. This is some of the things I've tried to get across to my group. Do not trust yourself. Please listen to the cards. Please trust the cards. That's a relationship through which spirit is working through you. Do not give your opinion on anything. Your opinion will guide you off your spiritual path. Trust the cards and focus on what the cards are saying to you rather than your opinion. And that's one of the hardest parts in group. To get people away from their original thinking on any topic and to trust that what's coming through is true and correct, even if it makes no sense. So very often I get in my readings, oh, Tracy, the thing you said, it came true. Not in a way where it's believed. I get the message in a way where it first wasn't believed. That's the way the message, people think I can't understand. I understand everything. I know the difference. Others come across and go, you said it, you said it. And that means they were waiting for it to come true. Not necessarily that they believed it was going to come true, but they are in a belief system of, if Tracy said it, I'm going to watch and wait for it to come true. So getting out of your ego is the biggest gift that you could give yourself when you are in the spiritual world. What form of spirituality you're in, we'll talk about the different modalities later through this book. But if we're talking about tarot cards and mediumship, learn to trust that your ego can be invasive. Okay? The channel through which information has to be reconstructed, has to lose opinions instead of being opinionated. One has to be willing to lose the ego. So pretty. It takes time to get over things, that are true, that really aren't true. Plus, deal with the flaws and weaknesses in your own personality. These are presented to you first. You have to overcome these, Peter said. In that kind of catharsis, it may take you 2 to 3 years to overcome just one thing. Just one thing in your personality to overcome Spirit's newness in your life. This is the first time, says Lena, that I've turned into the reading of this book. Fascinating. Yes, I just downloaded a free PDF. That's what I'm talking about, Lena. Before I started the book, I was telling everybody, download it. This book right now, I think, costs $500. I got it by accident from someone in London. Sorry, guys. I got it from someone distributed in England. By Macmillan net. Originally, documented price is $11.95, Euro dollars, and I was charged $35, which I believe included shipping. Can't remember anymore. I've had this book for years. Excuse me. No, it must have been. Um, it must have been without shipping because it's only like $1 or so difference between the UK and Euro dollars. Let me check. It's a $2 difference in change, and I was charged $35. And shipping of a book of this heaviness, the rest would have come from shipping then. So basically, I was charged the true value of the book. Okay. It takes some time to get over things you know that are true, that really aren't true, plus deal with the flaws and weaknesses in your own personalities. These are presented to you first. You have to overcome these, Peter said. In that kind of catharsis, it may take you 2 to 3 years to overcome just one thing. Okay. The one thing about this book is I never know when it ends and when it begins. So, if not had been for these lines in the book, these cute little designs, um, then I would never know. By the way, guys, let me see something. Let me just all right, let me see something. All right, next. Spirit directed, she dispenses messages to individuals from the pulpit of her church, the upper room in Chicago. In a state of ecstasy, she dances while prophesying. Strangers often swell the congregation, anxious for insight into their lives. Born in Arkansas in 1880, Mother Susie Booth had a church in Memphis in her early adult years. However, most of her life was spent in Chicago, where she, at one time, a minister in Clarence Cobb's First Church of Deliverance, she was always prophesying day and night. Her home filled with people coming for counseling. She kept up that place until she was 103 years old. A devout lady, she was forever praying, fasting, and dressing in white. God told her to wear everything white. Now, if you guys don't notice, when I do Tracy After Dark, for the most part, you will see me in mostly white. For the most part. Um, I do have orange and I have a pink that are my pajamas. But for the most part, you will see me in white because I go to bed void of color. I go to bed in white for the most part. And you'll see mostly in Tracy After Darks, you will see me in white. It's time to buy some new white, by the way. I really stretch most of my pajamas. All right. Long ago, God also told Mother Booth to design and sew gowns for church functions and not to charge much for them. She obeyed and called this activity her second mission. Her robes were recognized by church choirs throughout Chicago, and her artistry proclaimed. She was far past her 19th year. She was far past her 90th year before she stopped sewing. One of the things Mother Booth foretold, there were many, what she said came to pass, even her own death. At the exact time she, she described occurred was predicted. A steady companion of Mother Booth for many years, Jannie Lewis provides much of what is written here from her memories of the medium, who lived to be almost 106 years old. Her spirit guides were powerful, Jannie says. When these beings entered the house, energy drained from everyone's body. A person couldn't do anything until they left. Mother Booth's conversations with them could be heard. She worked with different entities. Sometimes she was in a trance, sometimes not. One spirit guide seen by Jannie was towering, and his presence felt immense. Excited that Jannie accurately described him, Mother Booth cried out, "Yes, that's him." Too tired to move from her chair one night to place the requested pillow under Mother Booth's feet, Jannie, in some agitation, saw a pillow rise, then slid under the feet by itself. To calm her, the medium assured her softly, "Don't worry, Jannie, it's my mother." All right. See, these stories stop awkwardly for me. When I turn the page, I'm expecting something else, and it just goes, "No, we're done. We're out." I don't know how this book was written. Oh, I'm trying to find my way. It's just the way it stops. It's just like, "Oh no, I want to know more. Tell me more about Mother Booth." And it's like, "Nope, over, next story." Help me, God. Help me. All right, we're on to the next story. I don't know how to announce that we're on to the next story, guys. You guys have to help me. Like, When it stops awkwardly, maybe I should just ring a bell. I'll do that. Yes, I need something tangible to end and begin. Oh my God. I need a better bell. That bell is a lot. Hold on a second. Did I cover this correctly? Did. Why does it always look like it's not covered? Okay, I did. All right. Do you like that bell, guys? I have other bells. I just have to research where all my bells are. Why don't I have my damn bells out? That's weird. Such a bell lover. So when I ring the bell, what I just said has ended, and something new shall begin. What do you mean, Angela? Directed by an unknown force, he stopped playing. His hands returned to the keyboard again, now guided into playing a style of music unlike anything he had ever played. Who is there? Asked Count Cornet. What do you mean again? Help me out, Angela. Did we talk about Count Cornet with children? Telepathically sensing an undeniable spirit presence which emanated serenity and love. I am Frederick Chopin, the entity responded, an evidence of life after death. Chopin revealed he and other discarnate composers would return to give music to share with the world. He thought I was crazy, says Count. And speaking of his initial reactions, I didn't know my true divine nature then. To understand the phenomena, he turned to psychologists, priests, and rabbis. It was not until he corresponded with Rosemary Brown in England that he began trusting his own intuition. A psychic herself, she began channeling music from the masters in 1964. What Count already knew within himself, she confirmed. His music was inspired. The masters were channeling their creativity through him. That first appearance of Chopin in 1974 marked the beginning of a series of pupil-teacher relationships, which included Johann Brahms, Franz Liszt, Sergei Rachmaninoff, Robert Schumann, and lesser-known composers. In Thresholds to Tomorrow by Ruth Montgomery, Count described interactions with individual composers. I have a tender regard for Liszt. I feel a special rapport with him and recognize him as a loving soul with great patience and understanding. His method of working with me is typical. I'm given a short section of the piece, which I must memorize, because he does not know how to write it down. During each setting, I'm again given more to memorize. Later, I am told exactly where each segment fits in the work as a whole. Robert Schumann's method differs somewhat from what of the other composers. When To a Rose was channeled, he we worked nonstop from 2 a.m. until 5 a.m. At the end of 3 hours, the entire piece was completely learned and memorized. Later, he explained the music to me in details and said that it was dedicated to his wife, Clara. He said that in this piece, it was his wish to show the many aspects of love, the joy, the sadness, the intensity. Let me look that up. The Rose music. Let me see. The Rose by Count. The Rose. Mm-hmm. By Count Cornet. Mm-hmm. The art. Oh, he's a black guy. The art. What am I thinking? This is a book of black psychics, Company of Prophets. Only 3 years ago. The art of Count Cornet. Does anybody want to? I'll share this with you. Copy link. Just wait. Rose is my favorite flower. Okay, I'm not seeing anything else. Okay, let me just put this in. This is some 30-minute thing on the art of Count Cornet, Company of Prophets. So let me just put this in the feed. So if you guys want to copy and paste, you can. The feed. So if you guys want to. All right, but I'm going to look for The Rose by Count Cornet music. Let me see if I can get this. I keep getting Bette Midler. Let me see something. Sorry, guys. Just I seem to be learning so much newness here, and it's so profound. Let me see if I look at it this way. Keeps coming up with the art of Count Cornet. There's so many musical pieces called The Rose. It's very interesting. I wonder if it's all the same thing, though. Saxophone. Oh, that's what my dad played, the saxophone. All right, guys. Let me do one more thing. I'm just going to Google Count Cornet The music piece, the rose. All right. Nope, no matches. Damn it. No matches. All right, let me try one more time. Count Cornet music. Okay, some videos. Count Cornet plays psychic piano. That must be so pretty. All right. Psychic piano music from the masters, Count Cornet. Count Cornet plays psychic piano music from the masters. The art of Count Cornet. Count Cornet plays psychic music from the masters LP. The art of Count Cornet, introducing inspired music of Count Cornet. All right, guys, you guys do some research here. You can always come back. Let's see, SoundCloud. All right, I accept. All right, there seems to be so much going on here with this Count Cornet. Again, this mediumship section is teaching me all new things, and I'm fascinated. Oh, I was going to share it with you. I didn't share it? Oh my God. History. The Art of Count Cornet. Well, let me download it. That'll be easier for me. Um, Share. Copy. Oh no, I read on Sundays, sweetie. I read on Sundays. Absolutely. I don't have a specific day off. I give myself, I mean, I used to have specific days off, but I give myself spaces of time off right now. But Sunday's a work day. If a bus driver got to work, I can work, child. Oh, thank you. Count Cornet's, well, that's the video on YouTube if anybody wants to screenshot that. And Angela said Count Cornet's given name is Lee William Cornet Jr. So I'll look it up that way. Yes, Lena. Thank you, sweetie. Um, all right, let's get back. So I'm interested in this particular piece called The Rose. The rose is one of my favorite flowers, if not truly the one. Sunflower, of course, is second. I had a wonderful cousin named Rose. I also, everyone so far has named their children with the middle name Rose in my family, because she was just that much loved. And she was loved like the flower, the rose. And he said in this piece, it was his wish to show the many aspects of love, the joy and the sadness and the intensity. Yes. Schumann, the other spirit, was very formal and intimidating. Back to the book, the young magician recalls, but he was a wonderful teacher. He told me you can often love a piano back into tune. Interesting. The channel composer worked only once with Count, and that was at that 3 hour session. The work was done. In Seattle, Washington, Count lived in a large old church. He was the caretaker. It was there he created and received instructions from discarnate composers. I don't go into a trance when I play. I don't give up my body for any other being. Notice what he says. I respect that. He does not give up his body for any other being. Like in channeling, you give up your body, the spirit comes in your body. And he said, no, I don't give up my body for any other being. On the jacket of his record album, Psychic Piano Music from the Masters, oh, I did see that on Google, Count further describes the phenomena of his music. I myself cannot take credit for these piano compositions and arrangements. I need to point something out there, what he said. I myself cannot take credit for these piano compositions and arrangements, and believe that I have been assisted by supernatural forces. It is my belief that those masters and teachers who work with me give me music to use for a variety of purposes. Some of the music can be used during meditation to soothe the mind and help guide it inward. Even physical healing could take place through the vibrations of this music. Oh, y'all better research this man's work. Psychic piano music from the masters. Even healings come through his music, through the vibration of it. Y'all better, y'all, we mental health healing, physical healing, anxiety, cancer, arthritis. Y'all might want to invest and listen to this music. Hmm. Oh, yeah. You know what I did last night? Because I play mantra music for my plants. But last night was also the 10th, so it was the new moon. The new moon didn't come in until 5 a.m. But I have a list of mantras, which I love mantras, and Tina Turner's version of Namyo Horeke Kyo and everything else is a playlist of mantras. And as and I wanted to play something for 8 hours. I guess I forgot to put it to the playlist, but I meant to. Doesn't really matter. I'll do it again tonight. I let my living room be invasive to mantra music because it was a new moon and because I'm preparing for the spring equinox of newness and because my plants needed the soothing music to be what? Loved. The rose. So I played it. Tina's music was for 2 hours, and the others combined might have been an hour. So I left my TV on, and I allowed the music to pervade in my living room. And I went to sleep in peace. I felt so comfortable doing that. I say that to say because I want you all to consider psychic piano music from the masters. Count further describes the phenomena of his music. I myself cannot take credit for these piano compositions and arrangements. This is someone that is completely talented in capability of creating this music, talented in having the abilities to speak to his uh, musical alliances, and yet he cannot take credit for these piano compositions and arrangements. And I believe that I have been assisted by supernatural forces. It is my belief that those masters and teachers who work with me give me music to use for a variety of purposes. Some of the music can be used during meditation to soothe the mind and help guide it inward. Even physical healings could take place through the vibrations of the music. When I do my readings and when I say spirit never lies, I say that on purpose. It started out, Tracy never lies, Tracy never lies, by a person I did not believe the words that were coming out of her mouth. She thought she was being kind to me by saying, Spirit, Tracy never lies, Tracy never lies. She thought she was bragging for me. She thought she was giving me credit. And I cringe at that thought. I didn't trust the person that was speaking it. And if I didn't trust the person that was speaking it, then what she had given to me also cannot be trusted. And I switched it to spirit never lies, which you guys have since repeated over and over again. I love this part in the book where he says, I believe I have been assisted by supernatural forces. I don't do my readings without a prayer. And I want you all to know it is your spirits that come to me, your spirits that talk in my ear, your spirits that's telling you what you need to know about your question. I yell, but it's your spirits that are talking. So learn to come in better with the ability to trust that I am talking to people that know you true and true, that has been with you since birth, that has laughed with you and cried with you, that has hugged you and has touched your hair, hoping and praying that you understand tomorrow is a better day. All right. A new performer Count tours the country in response to a growing demand for his recitals. I have not studied piano formally since I began to play at the age of 3. Not one page of music manuscript was consulted during the preparation of this recording, nor do I have the ability to notate any of the new music which I have received. Everything was prepared through what I call my psychic intuition. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. This process involves being as aware and as receptive as possible to each thing that is given. The music which comes to me does so with little effort on my part. It simply flows. Okay, guys, we're going to stop there because it begins with the new person. And I have an 11 o'clock reading, so I'll have to stop. Um, all right, Company of Prophets, I really like the mediumship portion of this. This is making me happy. There's so much new learning. Oh my God, I love new spiritual learning. got some research to do, like the spiritualist, um, the psychic of colleges, I think it's called. I'll look it up again. The Spiritualist Association, see if there's any chapters still available. And Count Cornett. I'm really going to research him first and his music, and I really want to listen to what the spirits have given him. That would be nice. You guys have a great Sunday. Time to clean. Time to clean. Spring equinox is almost here. We only have 11 days. Time to clean. Thanks, guys. I love you. I will see you hasta later on. Love you guys. Bye.
Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Go to Tracy Brown Live. Gals and guys, go to